All right, should be going live here now. Let's give it a second, get everything queued up. Yes, I'm seeing video, or at least it's trying to play video. Got the chat over here. Welcome everyone to my garage. Please let me know if the audio is absolutely terrible. Although, I just realized something. I forgot to set it to public. Let's set it to public. Let's let everyone know that I'm actually streaming. All right, so welcome everyone to my garage. Hopefully the echo isn't too bad. Where is my drink? There it is. All right. I think that we should be having people file in here soon. Let's just give everyone a little bit of a chance to see the notification to start popping in. Although, you know what? I think I forgot something. So I'm going to turn off this stream. So if you're watching right now, sorry, I'm going to turn off this stream. I'm going to start another one. I'll be right back. Oh wait, nope. Is someone on? There we go, MTB Scotland. Oh man, this is going to be really confusing for the people that watch afterwards. I'm all over the place, and I haven't even touched my bourbon tonight. So, did you get the notification, Scotland, that we're going live? I assume so, unless you were sitting there on my page hitting refresh. Hopefully the streaming, yeah, so I have it set to ultra low latency, so you should be able to hear me, correct? Correct, everything is coming through. This is a new setup, so things are a little bit sketchy. Can you hear me? All right. I'm going to do something real quick. Hopefully you guys don't yell at me. All right, yeah. No, the audio's coming through. Yep, all good. Thanks, Chris. Sorry, I'm all over the place, guys. Anyways, 3 watching. Good start. How's the all weekend going? Did anyone get out and ride their bikes today? Unfortunately, these guys need a little bit of TLC, so no riding for me today. But yeah, all right. So while you guys start to file in, let me know how's the video stream, because this is a different setup for me. Y'all being too quiet. That or the video is really laggy. Walter, I love them. I lost context to what we were talking about. Anyways, you know what? Let's just get started. So, the Yeti. This guy has been my pack mule for like the past 6 months for all my videos, and I really haven't had a chance to take it apart, give it a good shake down, give it a cleaning. So tonight we're going to be swapping out the front tire and the rear tire. The rear tire I just didn't really like. It's a Specialized Slaughter, and it just doesn't really hook up that well. Like on the flats, it's great, but everywhere else, it's a little bit sloppy. The Maxxis Recon has been a champ. Unfortunately, it's got about a 1/2 inch long gouge in the sidewall because of the Hill of Life. If you saw that video, you saw me go down. I was fine. The bike took a bit of a tumble. And then we're also going to clean up the cassette, get a new chain on there, and then we're also going to work on the Chromag. Ah, Cobra. Hey man, how's it going? Sorry you're not able to hear, but pizza's always good. So, 6 people. Everyone's starting to file in. That's good. Ah, Walter, good question. So we are going to be putting on a knobby nick for the rear. Knobby nick for the rear, and then a Specialized butcher. Which, why a butcher? Well, because this was what was available, and it was the closest thing to a Minion that I could find. So that's what we're going to be putting on there. Get rid of that. So first things first, I think I should just go ahead and get the wheels off, get the tires off. My compressor is all wonked up, so today we're going to have to use the air blast tube. So that's going to be entertaining. Just got a gouge in my specialized slaughter today. Excuse for new parts. Yes, Chris. It's kind of a mixed blessing whenever you break something. You're like, oh man, but then, you know, you get to upgrade to something a little better. Hey, JC Trails, thanks for showing up. I have heard good things about the slaughter. Supposedly it's the next best thing, arguably. I know that it's really kind of, it depends on where you're at, but it's arguably the next best thing to a Minion. And also it's a heck of a lot less. This one only ran me about 60, whereas the Minions in 2.8, oh man, those things go for like 85 to 90 bucks. They're insane. So let's go ahead and get the front tire taken off. And for that, I'm just going to angle this down a little bit. Whoop. Nice. So compare pretty good to the Minions. Good to know. I really wanted to go full Minions with this, but unfortunately, time, budget constraints didn't really pan out. How many we got watching so far? We got 8. We got a decent crew. Where's my little tool? There it is. So anyone go on any choice single track today? By the way, I apologize if this is going to get really loud. Come on. There we go. Oh man. I'm going to have to replace this valve soon. It's all gunked up with sealant and whatnot. Nasty. All right. Put that there. I set everything up, and now I realize that it's a little bit awkward to get at my tools. I don't have a workbench back here. I am super jealous of No Front Brakes because he's setting up his garage to be all wicked, sweet, and pimped out. Oh, that sucks, Walter. When I was out in Colorado, it was either too dang cold to ride or the snow started to melt, and then everything just turned to muck. Scotland took the boys out. Lewis on his maiden ride of his Scout. Awesome! New bike rides are always the best. You know, get to feel out the bike, get to decide what's new, what's different, what's better. All right, so one thing that I hate about Maxxis tires, they are a pain. There we go. They are a pain to get off and on. They're great for when you actually, you know, go to seat them, because then, there we go. Because then it's super easy to just pump it up. You don't need an air compressor or whatnot. But it's all that work in between that really sucks. Ew, there's a lot of sealant in there. Oh yeah, really stiff tires, huh? Oh. There we go. This is fun enough. I don't want to try for anything more challenging than that. So this is why I'm doing this in the garage instead of my office. And that's stands, which I really haven't been a fan of stands. It just dries out way too fast, and then it never frickin' seals anything when you actually get a puncture. I'm just gonna set that over here. So, been enjoying orange sealant, although it's a little bit pricey. It was like 20 bucks for one bottle. It's ridiculous. The cost is too dang high. What width are my rims? I believe they're 40. They are DT Swiss MX551. I would say that's about 40 mils internal. Let's see, does it say on the side? Someone Google that for me, be a pal. Yeah, dried sealant is the frickin' worst. Ugh. Especially when the tires still have plenty of tread and you're like, I really should have done a better job at maintaining this. Now the question is, am I going to retape these? I think the tape looks pretty good. I might be lazy and skip that tonight because I do have a ton to do on this bike. Yeah, I'm pretty confident the XM551s are about 40 millimeters for internal width, maybe like 38 on a bad day. So today, I have to admit, I took the Chromag outside to give it a quick wash, and I found some things that made me cringe and will probably make you guys cringe a little bit. I was quite embarrassed with myself when I saw what had happened. Nothing that's going to be bad for the Chromag itself, but I did have to get some replacement parts because bad things happened. Mistakes were made. All right, so let's get this butcher on. So what's the worst tire you guys have ever used? Because Minions are an easy pick. You know, even if you're not an absolute fan of them, they're not terrible tires. But what's the worst tire you guys have ever had? The one that you either just got on the bike and as soon as you rode it, you're like already thinking about which tire you're going to replace it. You don't like the knobby Nick, Scotland. Wow, everyone dislikes the knobby Nick. The old one. Oh, the older version. I'm pretty confident this is the new updated version. Although I know that they have like a new version that like has a softer compound. Maxxis Minion SS. Ooh, them fighting words. Never take the name of Maxxis in vain. I'm just giving you crap, Casper. What didn't you like about the Maxxis Minion SS? I'm curious, because that was supposedly a pretty good tire. I know that it's not really that great on grip, but it's supposed to roll ridiculously fast. The knobby Nick, the braking traction was kind of left a lot to be desired. Where's the rotation marker? Pretty sure this is the rotation, but I always like to be sure. Rotation that way, which means the brake needs to be on this side. Gotcha. Not a huge fan of the Maxxis HR2 either. So what do you guys not like about the knobby Nick? Because I have been running the Maxxis Recon on the Yeti Speed 5 Plus, and they were great. And the Chromag is running Maxxis Minions, DHF front and rear. I didn't go with DHR in the rear because I wanted the extra grip that the DHF offers, because we have a lot of really chunky technical climbs. So for me, it was a good trade-off to be able to get extra traction climbing up. But why the hate for the knobby Nick, guys? Why you don't like? I'm curious. The old ones lacked grip, and hate paper thin sidewalls. Yeah, Specialized Captain is horrible for turning. There's no tread on the sides. I know that the old ones did suck. I personally always had good results with the knobby nicks in like the past couple of years, just because of the fact that I use those to climb up some majorly tough sections here in Austin, and it was great. Now, to be fair, those are 3-inch tires, so that's probably cheating in the grand scheme of things. You didn't get a notification? Really? Oh, you know what? So Crashing Dad, like the first 3 minutes of this video or this live stream is going to be really confusing for anyone watching it after the fact, because I was all over the freaking place trying to get everything buttoned down with my laptop, because I'm using a laptop out here because my PC is dead and it'd be a pain to get out here. So I was all over the place. Biker and I were trying to get you know, a Hangout session going, and it just wasn't working, and blah. So a little bit of a rough start to a live stream, but we shall proceed. Currently running a Baron on the front and a GH2 in the rear. I have not heard of the Baron. I'm gonna have to look that up. So really, Crashing Dad, no notification. That might explain why there's so few people watching. You know, at least that's what I'm gonna tell my ego, because I'm freaking special. Which, by the way, I have not had a chance to say thank you to everyone who has been subscribing recently. All the new people that we've picked up along the way, it's been really awesome to see those sub numbers growing and seeing a lot of new faces in the comment section. So thanks to everyone who's been showing up, liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing the videos with your friends. That's really awesome stuff, and I really appreciate it. Oh, I hate seating tires. Especially when I feel like I'm going in circles. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Hey, Clay, thanks for joining. Clay, did you get a notification for this, or did you just kind of happen to hop on? Crashing Dad has me all paranoid. He left that message and now he disappeared. He's not responding. The Crashing Dad has crashed. You didn't get a notification either. Really? That's frustrating. That means, well, hey, we get to just hang out. There you are, Crashing Dad. I was wondering what happened to you. So, do a favor for me, guys. We have 12 people here. Just smash that like button real quick. See if we can't get this live stream going. Get a few more folks in here. Although, it's nice to know who the superfans are. What the crap? All right, guys. What am I doing wrong? It's, I got it to like right here. And I've mounted tires before, but it's just freaking being a booger. An absolute jerk face. Smash. I've kind of noticed that when I say smash, I kind of sound like Mario or something like that. Smash the like button. It's probably user error happening here. This is a 27 plus, right? They didn't give me the wrong tire size. Nope, 650B 2.8. All right, I trust them. Around the rest of the tire wheel, push the beads toward the center of the rim. Yes, thank you, Crashing Dad. That is actually a very wise thing to do. Trying not to scrape up my rim. Soap. Yeah, actually, I do have some spray soap around here somewhere. But, ooh, I think, ooh, we're getting close. Might be able to just 800-pound gorilla this on. Not quite that many, Crashing Dad. I do have an irresponsible amount of spare bike parts laying around, as you have come to appreciate. All right, there's the bike pump. Walk off camera here for a second. Let's see now. So I wonder if there's a way to blast out a notification. Because now I'm a little curious if we can use this as a way to test out some functionality of YouTube. There it goes. Woo! Like a glove. Yes, it did. Yes, it did go on really easy. It didn't even have sealant or anything on there. Speaking of sealant, let me get my handy dandy sealant extruder. While we're doing that, let's see. Let's go. Let's see if I can blast out a notification real quick. Ha! There we go. Save changes. All right. There we go. I think I figured it out, guys. You know, I recently switched to Orange Seal because I don't like how fast it stands, dries out, and it never really seals for me. I don't know, how have you been handling that, Scotland? Has it been working for you? Or are you just lucky enough that you don't get really bad punctures? Because the freaking, oh, I didn't show you guys it. All right, I'm gonna risk spilling sealant all over the place to show you guys this. Yeah, so hopefully this is in focus, but this, this is that patch job that Lone Ranger and I had to do in order to get my bike back up. Oh, I made a mess. Back up the hill of life. But that sounded good. Oh, it got all over my phone too. Anyways, yeah, it was rough, and the stands that was in there really wasn't sealing. Like, we had to really shake it up and get it mixed up in there. So not a fan of stands. You know, they might have been the first guys to do the liquid sealant, but I don't know if they were the best. Really? Well, Crashing Dad, let me ask you, was that in the sidewall or in the tread? Red Wings, my voice just cracked there, that was awkward. Red Wings, I have been running orange for only a couple, no worries, man. I've been using orange for like a couple months, and when I did get small punctures, it actually did do a good job sealing, better than stands. However, I mean, it's always hard to say, right? Because unless you stop and actually measure each puncture, you're not going to be able to really compare. Man, I don't know, maybe it's just a luck thing, I guess. Maybe I just always got bad batches. All right. Probably put about, what do you say? I think it's 3 ounces. Let's see. Yeah, 3 ounces. Well, we'll put 4 in there since it's plus size. No, Clay. It's actually, orange is wicked expensive. It's like 20 bucks a bottle. And it's only like what is this? 16 ounce. So here's the nice thing, Red Wings. Even if you don't have good luck with like stands versus orange, it's just sealant. Just, you know, pour it out, wipe it out, and then good to go. Put in the new brand, try it, because I mean, there's obviously bad products out there in the market, but quite honestly, as long as you're buying a reputable brand, it's more or less like, which one do you like the best? So I would encourage you, if you have the option to go tubeless, to do it, because it is stupid awesome being able to run wicked low pressures, getting a small puncture, and just having to shake your tire. It is one of the best upgrades you can do to a bike, regardless if it's a mountain bike, a road bike, cross country, what have you. If you have the option, do it. All right, before I put that valve back in there, it was a little gunked up. So I'm gonna see if I can't clean it out a bit. What kind of bike do you have, Red Wings? I'm interested to know what you're trying to convert to tubeless. How often do I replace it? The sealant, when I remember. You're supposed to check it like once a month. I'm really bad about set and neglect. Diamondback Release 3. Awesome, dude. Definitely. On that bike, yes, go for it. I'm pretty confident that those rims are tubeless ready. And most modern bike tires are tubeless ready as well. So even if the tires they came with it aren't tubeless ready, you know, just ride them until they're worn, and then go and get some tires and have fun. I guarantee it's going to change the way you ride. Man, there's a lot of sealant stuck in here. Yeah, man, shoot. So the best way to figure out if you can literally just pull the tubes is if your tires say tubeless ready and your rim says tubeless ready, but you know you have tubes, just let all the air out and then push the tire away from the bead, unseat it, And if you see that tape on the inside that's taped up the rim so it's airtight, and the valve, like check the valve to make sure it's the kind that screws on with the rubber end on the inside of the rim, then basically, oh, well, no, if you're running tubes, you're gonna have to get some stems. So basically, figure out if it has tape. If it doesn't have tape, your local bike shop will be more than happy to wrap your tires for you. There's also a lot of tutorials online. It's not that hard, and with rim tape being as cheap and plentiful as it is, you can basically just get some rim tape and some tubeless valves, put it in there, pour some sealant in, pump them up, good to go. What's up, JT, man? Yeah, Crashing Dad, you can do that. I mean, that's a good way to save like 20 bucks, but if you got the money, good tubeless stems are the way to go. Yeah, yes, JT, it's Joe. By the way, JT, did you get a notification that we were live, or did you just kind of stumble upon it? Yeah, I don't recommend it either. It's kind of Sketchville. It's just one more thing that can go wrong. Dang. So no notifications, man. Ah, screwed up. Well, whatever. We get to hang out. We got a nice tight-knit group going. No worries, JT. That is user error. So let's fix this. Let's get the gram involved. Just send out a quick story. All right, guys, currently live streaming, working on the bike. For some reason, it didn't send out a notification. So if you are wanting to watch me goof around on a bike, go ahead and fire up YouTube and join the chat. All right, guys. All right, problem solved. At least for me, anyways. Catch up on the chat. Hey, Lewis. You know, Red Wings, that's something that, like, I'm kind of spoiled down here in Austin. When we have a cold snap, it lasts like 2 days, and you can still go riding, as the Lone Ranger and I did. But the worst thing you have to worry about is a little bit of rain making the trails wet, because with all the clay here, you can't ride when it's wet. So, fat biking sounds fun though. I would love to be able to go fat biking with proper snow on the ground. I think that would be a blast. Is there something stuck in that stem? Oh, I may have to try. Oh wait, no, I just didn't seat it all the way. What's the max PSI on this? I need to probably stretch it out. Max PSI is 30, so we'll pump it up to that, get it nice and stretched out. So fun fact, especially with Minions, when you first mount them, you want to pump them up to their max PSI, let them sit overnight so they stretch out. Then you let the air pressure out to what you actually ride on. Although, be careful to check your rim, because sometimes rims have a maximum air pressure that they can run. So you're going to want to make sure that you check your tire, check your rim. We use Gorilla Tape all the time at the shop, but you really need to get tubeless stems. It's like $2 for a stem at your local bike shop, so it's worth it. Yes, it is. It's, you know what? I totally appreciate people that come up with all the cool hacks. You know, being able to tear apart an old tube to convert your bike to tubeless. More power to you if you're handy and you can do that. But for me, I'm a big advocate of, if you got the money or if you're not sure how to do the work yourself, It's always good to pay for quality products and for someone that knows what they're doing. Because sometimes good quality products can be ruined by someone that doesn't quite know how to read the manual. Sweet! All right, we now have a functioning front wheel. I need to clean out those caps one of these days. They're a little cruddy. Oh yes! So another thing we're going to do. We are going to take the rotors off of this because I got some new Ice Tech rotors. And I'll explain why I got new rotors for the Yeti. Yes, local bike shops. Okay, so I am just as guilty as everyone else. I buy a lot of stuff online. A lot of stuff. Because it's usually cheaper and I can get it faster than a bike shop can. That being said, whenever there's stuff like redishing a wheel, truing the wheel, working on the suspension especially, those are the things that I leave to the experts because those are what I call safety items. If I'm not comfortable working on brakes, suspension, the frame, something that I need it to work when I'm going down a hill at full speed, I leave it to the experts. While I'm thinking about it, just going to get the sealant. Yeah, Scotland, I don't know what it's like riding in the rain. You guys just kind of do it. I remember when I first started watching YouTube videos from overseas or in Europe, I was like, man, does it ever not rain in any of these videos? Local bike shop tapped the BB of the Scout. You mean they installed the bottom bracket? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, Scotland. Yeah, JT, I mean, I can see it both ways, man. You know, those people, I would love to work in a bike shop, to be honest. Because, yeah, as you said, you learn so much, but then you also get to see, like, the other side of the bike industry, right? It's easy for us to talk about all this stuff because, you know, when we mess things up enough, we can just go down to the local bike shop and ask them, like, hey, how do I fix this? Hey, Alex, how's it going, man? I got my fancy artisanal orange tube sealant that you like so much. Oh, paint the threads so they, oh, okay, cool. So like they basically just, yeah, they tap the threads to clean out all that stuff. Yeah, see, those are things that like, I wouldn't know what to do. Or if I did, I wouldn't have the tools. Like, I'm actually going to get my Yeti serviced, all the bearings and stuff, because I've been riding this pretty hard for the past year. And as I said, I'm a set it and neglect it kind of guy. So I want him to just make sure that everything down in this region is copacetic. Because the last thing I want to do is blow out something on a very expensive bike and then have to spend way more than it would have cost to just have someone service it who knew what they were doing. Yeah, so Alex, I use OBS, which is like open broadcasting software, OBS, and there is a way to basically overlay it in the video stream, and it's actually super easy. I'd be happy to show you how to do it. So hit me up in the chats sometime. You know what I mean. And I will show you. Also just kind of need to make some videos for everyone out there. Yeah, JT, the industry itself, like, you know, it looks really laid back from the outside, but from what I've heard from people on the inside, it can get a little stressful. You know, at the end of the day, as much as we like to all go out and have fun on the trails, because that's the whole point of this, there's a little bit of competition there. How many people do we have in the chat right now? I think I see like what, 14? 19, awesome. What size rotors did I get? You know what? I wanted to put 203s on the front, and the reason why is when I was out here when the Lone Ranger was out here and we went riding together, that old saying of, you know, ride with someone better than you if you want to learn. So true. Watching Ryan, who does not think of himself as a strong rider, just blew me away with how crazy fast he was. And we were hitting some stuff that like scared me. And this is my home turf, but like he was hitting it at speeds and at angles that I wasn't comfortable with. And one of the things that happened was we were hitting some trails, and for the first time I actually had a hard time stopping. Like legitimately was worried that I was not going to stop in time. So the 203 rotors did cross my mind, and I did see that Seth, did they screw me on the screws? Are you serious? You gotta be kidding me. They didn't give me any screws, guys. Oh no, I'm gonna have to reuse. What trail were you on? Because I want to ride it. Unfortunately, I can't tell you. We got the private tour by a few people. You might see some videos on it. And if you recognize the area, then go have fun. But I will not openly say some of the places we were riding on. Yeah, Crashing Dad. I don't know. What's y'all's thought on the new dub standard that, here they are. They fell in my lap. Crisis averted. The new dub from SRAM. That was interesting. It kind of seemed like they basically just took 30 millimeter and then just typed in 98% or 98 point whatever in AutoCAD and scaled it down. JT, you should definitely get to know some of the Free Ride 512 or Trail Party guys. There are two riding groups here, and they're really cool people, first off, and a lot of them are really good riders. The best part is, though, is that, like, you know, they're the kind of good riders that love to help people out. They're not going to lord it over you that they're better. You know, if they see you struggling, they'll give you help. SRAM should have done soft release on the dub. Yeah, you know what? There is something to be said about just kind of seeing what happens, putting it out there, letting the racers get their hands on it and let everyone know their take. Sorry, I'm just trying to read the comments. Let's see. Doesn't make a difference. SRAM is different from Shimano. Change crank, you put a new people. Yeah, it is. There's this really geeky web comic that I like to read. XKCD. I know that's really confusing because we all know our favorite pal BKXC. But XKCD is a super geeky comic that I like to read. And they make fun of the fact that, you know, there's 10 standards. So let's solve the problem by making a new standard. Now we have 11 standards. Man, you guys, oh man, we got a good conversation going. Let me catch up with this and also grab my drink. Let's see. Coming from a bike shop in 12 months, it'll be great, but the transition will be rough. Yeah, I mean, if it really does solve the problem with bottom brackets, then cool. More power to them. I'm excited. But yeah, it's going to be rough. Product managers are going to be forced to spec new bikes with it because everyone wants Eagle. Yeah, everyone does want Eagle until Shimano makes something that's cooler. Oh, cool, JT. Yeah, you got to ride with someone at Flat Creek Crossing. Wait, you were at Flat Creek Crossing. Did you see me out there? If you did, man, you should have come up and said hi. Or did we say hi? And I just don't remember, and I'm being super awkward. Yeah, bottom bracket is like 30 bucks, but I don't know. I mean, like, it always sucks. Like, I just sent someone a frame, and he and I were trying to figure out, like, wait, what bottom bracket did I use? Did you measure it? Did you get the right cranks? It's just that stuff. Mike, what's up, man? Liam, yeah, the E13, and actually, I've been wanting to try it, and I got to try it a little bit when the Lone Ranger was out here because he has an E13 on that Evo Link, which, guys, I'm not going to give anything away, but I'm just going to say that that bike broke my brain in certain ways. It's such a crazy bike. It's not the perfect bike. But there's something about it that's crazy. And so we did a lot of great filming for that. I'm super excited for you guys to see that. Alex, thanks, man. Yeah, 320 is not small. I remember when I hit 50 and I got excited. So don't count yourself out, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, I don't know, Alex. I mean, in the tech industry, there's what we call paper launches, where basically like it's out, but it's not available. And then that kind of creates some confusion because it's like, well, is this the new standard? Is this not? I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. I'm interested to see what happens with it though. JT, I've seen that video and it is freaking hilarious. I love that meme, that guy with like the subtitles. I love it. We got 25 people in here. That's awesome. But yeah, you know what, Red Wing, it is awesome. I do appreciate these tight-knit conversations because we can actually hang out and have a good conversation. Yeah, there's not a billion flying by, but you know, BKXC, he's a giant, man. He's got over 100,000 subscribers. Good on him. And I really think that he does try his best to read every last comment that he can. Sometimes, you know, he has to kind of pick one over the other. And I try not to take it personally when that happens because I know the man's trying to read things. I don't know how Seth does his live streams. Holy crap. According to Eric, No Front Brakes, who's a software developer, software developers are just really good at reading code flying past. So I guess it's just a skill set that I need to develop. Exactly, Crashing Dad. Yeah. Yeah, you don't accidentally get to that many subs, dude, so don't sell yourself short. Yeah, you know what? Brian is. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. I respect Brian's work ethic. He is a freaking champ at staying on top of it. I have enjoyed getting to know Brian. And I think, I'm pretty sure I can say it. I won't give any more details because I don't want, ooh, hopefully I didn't just spin that out. There will be future collaborations in the future, here in Austin and maybe elsewhere. I actually last night just bought a bike bag to be able to take my bikes around, so I am stoked on that. Robert, thanks. Yes, I love this t-shirt. Let me catch up with the chat, and then I got a little bit of a story for you guys. Let's see. Go big or go home. Yeah. Nor will I. You know what? Unprofessional Kyle. You know, there's a lot of Texas out there, and not all of it is my favorite, but I do like Austin. Joe is a walking torque wrench. Nice. Not in this, the Hey You, not in this live stream, but people have asked me before, have I run 29ers on the Yeti? Yes. Did I like it? No. I personally think that it makes the bike too tall because I can't tweak the geometry on this. So it becomes really top heavy and really weird to ride. Outdoor Productions, we're just doing some basic maintenance. I'm putting some new rotors on, some new tires, new chain's gonna be going on there, and I'm gonna try maybe to clean up the cassette, but I might do that afterwards. I don't think I'm gonna bore you guys with degreasing the cassette. All right, what's the torque rating on these? Doop-a-doop-a-doo-doo-ah. These instructions are confusing. I might have to Google this. JT, yeah, definitely. He will keep that promise, probably. This is not in the right. These mean nothing to me. All right, let's find Google. Nice. Welcome everyone to the live stream. What are we up to now? What do we got? What do we got? We got 28. Awesome. Thanks everyone for joining. Yeah, just keep wrenching it until like you feel like it's about to crack, and then back it off a step, right? Hey Alex, you're still in the chat, right? Chamberlain, what's the torque rating for SRAM rotors off the top of your head? Go. Let's see. Can I use this? Shimano rotor torque setting. 6 Newton meter. Awesome. Thanks, guys. They said as they laughed. Kyle, have a good one. Thanks for stopping by, man. All right, let's set it. That's about 6. Okay, so that's set. Alex, you want a Yeti SB5 Plus or just a Yeti in general? JF, yeah, we're putting on new tires. All right, I'm just using this to get the bolts in place, and then I'll torque them in place. All right, hang on, I want to back that off a little bit. There we go. All right. How's riding near the 360 bridge? 360 bridge. Let me make sure that I know. That I know which area you're talking about. Are you talking where like 316 Mopac meets? Like Violet Crown area? Yeah, Alex, you know what? Here's the thing, man. I know that I'm lucky to complain about this bike, but you know what? I remember riding not too long ago a Kona hardtail that I think I bought for like 500 bucks. And I rode that for like a year. I loved it. It was great. The best bike is the one that you have. If you can, absolutely, Liam. Yes, it is all the rider. Never forget that. But you know what? If you can ride that bike, take it easy, MTB Scotland. But yeah, Alex, if you can ride that bike until the freaking wheels fall off of it, then you can say that you need a new bike. But as long as it functions, keep riding it. If you got the means, save up. This bike, I saved up for a couple of years before I bought it. And that was a lot of saving too. And Crashing Dad, I'm going to add to that. Kodiak Tup, man, you know what, JT? I need to catch up on all the enduros. I didn't know about the zombie goat enduro that was happening this weekend. Eric's at that. I need to catch up with him later tonight. Yeah, Red Wings, totally. A new bike does help, but I can tell you this. When the Lone Ranger was out here, double checking my torque settings. I'm going to back it off a little bit. When the Lone Ranger was out here, there was this really rocky climb that he and I were having fun going up, and there we go. And we decided to change bikes. He was riding his brand new Pole EvoLink, and this bike is kitted out. It is insane. He was riding his EvoLink, and I was riding my Chromag Root Down hardtail, and we swapped bikes, and he beat the pants off of me on my hardtail. So yes, it is totally the rider. It is totally the rider, man. If you can ride a $400 cheapo hardtail and be fast, then guess what? You're fast on anything. So don't let someone on Reddit tell you that you have to be someone who goes into debt getting a ridiculously fast bike just to fit in with the rest of the crew. I've seen so many riders beat the pants off of me with full rigids. Yeah, that's true, man. When you buy used, also you're buying someone else's mistakes. So if you don't already have a high comfort level on working on bikes, be careful when you go on Craigslist. Bring a friend who knows what they're doing to help you out, because they can spot the bad things a lot faster than you can, and they will help you negotiate those prices. All right, how many people do we have in the chat? What's the current statistics? 25 people watching. How many likes do we have? Have you guys been smashing that like button? I don't know. I can't see. I'm sure we've been smashing the like button. I trust you guys. You guys are cool. All right. There we go. Mischief managed. XT Ice rotors. Why did I go with XT Ice rotors? Because that was what was at the shop, and I needed them today. So if anyone was about to type in why XT Ice rotors, there's your answer. I was lazy. So what is everyone drinking tonight? If you are, of course, of age or indulge in such things. If you don't, no problem. I do not judge. A nice cup of tea is just as good. We'll center those later. I just want to get this going. Oh, chat's over here. See, what do we have? 16 likes. All right. Yeah, that's pretty good, considering. No booze, have to be up at 4 a.m. Oof. Oof. That is what I have to say to that. 4 a.m. blarg. What's at 4 a.m., Red Wings? got to go to work or getting up early to go do some riding. Hopefully riding, but work as well. Yes, I do hope to do more riding this weekend. I might be going over to Brushy Creek tomorrow with a buddy, but we'll see. His schedule and my schedule need to line up, and then the weather. The weather needs to line up. Peach sparkling water, nice. Oof, yeah, Red Wings, that sucks. But I know how it is, man. I used to do shift work for a retail company when I worked in Colorado, and I hated working nights. Why did that smell like shrimp? Guys, my rear tire smells like seafood. Is that bad? I think that's bad. I'm not joking. It's seriously like, it smelled like I just opened a frozen bag of shrimp. Not like foul shrimp, like fresh shrimp. So it was okay. Eric, no front brakes. Man, you gotta tell us how the race went. And this is full of sealant. Ew. Oh, Red Wings, that is cruel. No, don't do that. That is how you lose friends and alienate people, man. That's terrible. Oh my gosh. But that's really clever. But that's terrible. Don't do that. Do not put shrimp in your friend's tires. Oh. Don't race enduro courses blind. There's the title of your first video, Eric. Holy crap, man. Yeah. I hope you had fun, though, man. Ow. That hurt. Do I still like the cassette? Yes. I think for the money, if you want an all-black cassette, then yes, it is still a fantastic one. If you want red or don't care or need to save 20 or so bucks or whatever the difference is, the Sunrace 11 to 46 tooth cassette, same thing. Box, basically, they were focused on their shifter and their derailleur, and they basically just, from what I assume, this is not official, but from what I assume, they essentially looked at Sunrace and said, can we put our name on that and sell it separately? Totally don't blame them. They needed a full drivetrain package. Cool, Eric. Awesome. Awesome, dude. Yeah, I'm stoked to hear all about it and see the footage. Dude, there's so many enduro races out here that I want to film. I also have a lot of ideas to stay, good boy. I also have a lot of ideas for potential videos with some of the racers that I've gotten to know. A lot of y'all have been asking. Yes, Red Wings, that was a ton of sealant. Michael, I will answer your question in a second because that's a good one, and I do have a good answer. But yeah, that's a lot of sealant. And also, I have been wanting to make an update video to the Learning How to Manual, and I have a guilty confession to make. I was telling some of the other guys, my peers, my colleagues in the YouTube community, that I've been kind of disappointed with myself. I've been focusing so much on making videos and getting new camera gear and learning how to edit better that I forgot to learn how to ride my bike better. And this is a mountain biking channel. For goodness sake. So this year I'm going to focus on picking back up the manual and continuing on to the bunny hop and all that stuff. And I would love to reach out to one of the local riders out here that does clinics and ask them if they'd be willing to do kind of a one-on-one and make a video out of it. Kind of like how Brian did that video, I Need Professional Help. I'm going to make something like that too, because I need to finish learning how to do manuals, learn how to do bunny hops, and also just overall become a better rider. You know, that cassette doesn't look too bad. I don't think I need to degrease that, guys. I think that's looking pretty good. Hopefully the focus is good on that, but that looks pretty good, right? A little bit worn. I shift under load a lot. I know that's bad. But the grease doesn't look bad. It doesn't look clogged. So yeah. Yeah, JT, I think that's going to be a solid video. Yeah, Alex, it's super easy. And that, Alex Chamberlain, yes, I do need to learn how to just send it. That brings me back to Michael. I'm thinking about starting a channel. Do you have any advice? Yes. The biggest advice I have is to just start. So my biggest regret on YouTube of all the dumb mistakes that I've done is to have not started sooner. So absolutely, go and absorb as much information as you can. There's so many tutorial videos on there on editing, storytelling, camera work. All that stuff is great, but if all you do is sit there and consume that stuff and never hit the publish button on a video, then that's the biggest mistake you're going to make. If you have the drive to do it, just do it. Here's the thing. Here's the great thing. You are going to start out where everyone else started out, and that is a big fat 0 next to your sub count. So anything you do is going to propel you towards 1 subscriber. So don't worry about making the perfect first video. Just make it the best you can, learn from it, and then make your new video just a little bit better. And just keep doing that, and eventually you're gonna figure it out as you go. So that is my advice to you. How do you start a YouTube channel? Do it. Stop thinking about it and just do it. If it doesn't pan out, guess what? You get to tell everyone about your YouTube channel that you tried and it just didn't work out, versus telling everyone how you want to start a YouTube channel but you haven't tried it yet. Which one makes a better story? I use Adobe Premiere, but buddy, there are so many applications out there. DaVinci Resolve is free, and it is a fantastic editing application that'll actually mimic the layouts of Final Cut or Premiere. Like when you first install it, it'll ask you what you want it to look like, or you can just leave it at the DaVinci default, because if you have no, that's for people like me who, tapping the mic, that's for people like me who already work in Premiere and want the layout to be the same. If you have no, workflow habits already set up, just leave it at the default. There are so many good tutorials out there. DSLR video shooter, Peter McKillen, travel feels, all that stuff. Even though it's, by the way, am I shouting too loud? I feel like I'm getting overly excited. All that stuff translates very well to mountain biking videos. Good storytelling is good storytelling. And that's all I have to say about that. Interested in the XB6, but I worry about the Switch Infinity. Have you had any problems with it? Have you changed or serviced it yet? Actually, I have been amazed how good the Switch Infinity system has been, considering how much is happening right here. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts there, but it's been pretty bomb-proof. I just make sure to put grease into it, and it just seems to keep chugging along. I am going to get it serviced. I've been riding it for almost a year now, so I'm going to take it in and get it serviced by the pros. Michael, just make a video. I mean, here's the thing. You're starting out. Just make a video when you feel like it. As you start to learn how to effectively manage your workflow, you know, you're going to be able to find that time. And they don't have to be these huge, long travel videos. You can make a video out of going to the bike shop and, you know, chatting with the guys there. It's amazing what you can make a video of. Don't let that sealant dry on your floor. Yeah, I'm bad about that, aren't I? I'm a mess. See, in my office, I would have scrambled to clean that up. But here in the garage, I'm kind of like, nah, whatever. It's cement. Okay, audio is good. Let's get... Use everything except Windows Movie Maker. Yeah, Windows Movie Maker sucks. Once upon a time, it was almost good, and then they decided to just insert their butts all the way where the sun don't shine. Awesome. Kenny, hey! How's it going? Yeah, the Crashing Dad is managing a lot with 2 kids and traveling a lot. And he's... Crashing Dad, that's a great example. The Crashing Dad made this video where he was traveling for work, and he had 1 day to go ride his bike. And he just went and filmed it. And they made a video of it. I watched it. So there you go. Okay, let's get this tire mounted because I've been talking for a while. So we're going to put on a 3-inch knobby nick on the rear. But Joe, you have a 2.8 on the front. Why are you putting a 3-inch on the rear? I will tell you, my friends. There's 2 reasons. One, I could not track down a 3-inch front tire in the city, and I needed to get this bike rebuilt as quickly as possible because I have a bunch of stuff that I want to film. And the second thing is I really want to run 3-inch in the rear. We're just going to move right past that. Everyone good? Everyone good. 3 inches in the rear. Way to go, Joe. That's on the internet now. I want to run a 3-inch tire in the rear because the 27 plus wheel set. Yes, because I can. But no, the 27 wheel set is also going to go on the Chromag, and I need that extra cush because the 2.8s are just a little bit too bouncy. Like I'm having a little bit of problems dialing in the tire pressure to like absorb enough of the chunk while not bottoming out because I've gotten spoiled running a full suspension plus size bike. It is so cush. But catch up. I'm gonna need to mod you, Joe. Yes. I'm gonna put me in timeout for a while, Cash. Crash, Cash. Why did I call you Cash? It's not even your name in real life. You know what, Alex? We all sit there and we're like, I want to be big, and then we see what it's like to get big, and we're like, maybe not that big. So Kenny, got to get some new 27 plus tires. Probably going with Specialized Purgatory. Any opinion? I have not run the Purgatories. I can tell you that the ground control sucks. I can tell you that the slaughter for the rear is great if you are really keen on low rolling resistance and good cornering on like flat hardpack. But in the chunkies, man, it's just not that great. Ryan, the Lone Ranger, showed up as I put on this tire to wear. Apparently, I'm all over the place, guys. Yeah, I love the fact that I can run multiple wheel sets on the Chromag. It is such a fun bike. Ryan, I was telling everyone that it was crazy for me getting on your Evo Link and letting you ride the Chromag and you beating me up that hill at Walnut Creek. It really reaffirms the fact that it's the rider that makes the bike, not vice versa. I'm more into grip than anything else. So if you're more into grip than anything else and you got the money, buddy, I will tell you that I really wish I was putting on Maxxis Minions on this bike, because oh my gosh, I run those as 29ers on the Chromag and they just grip, especially the DHF. I run DHF front and rear because I wanted more traction than speed, and it is redonkulous how well they hook up, especially when you let a little bit of air out on those 2.5s. Whew, yeah, they're good. They're worth the money if you have the money. I kind of spent my money on other things, booze and camera gear. Yeah, no front brakes has been bugging me. To try the knobby nicks, because I've had this sitting in my garage for a while just collecting dust, because I've been meaning to switch over to it, but I haven't had a good enough reason. Now I have a good reason. What to do? Put the wheel on. Yes. Yeah, Ryan was very happy with my booze selection. Okay, this tire is a little loose, which made it easy to put on, but we'll see how it inflates. Let's see if I can seat this guy on the first try. No sealant, no soap, with just a very undersized track pump. Yeah, the Lone Ranger and I knocked a few back, and walking was a little difficult at the end of the night. It was good times though. All right, guys, think I can get it on the first try? Let's have a vote, yes or no. Am I gonna be able to pump this up, no sealant, no soap, bare rim, with a track pump? Take a little sip. Liam says yes. Not after being folded. Yeah, I kind of shot myself in the back here. We'll give it a try. We'll give it a try. Let's see. Nope, it is going straight through. Oh, that's why. Hang on. All right. Okay, so that does count as the first try, but let's give it a second try now that it's actually seated properly. Nope. Nope, we're gonna have to call in the big guns. All right, try one more thing real quick. Get the bead on there. I wanna see if I can get it with the pump. Just claim victory over this tire. Talk about arm pump. Exactly. Exactly, Eric. Ooh, yeah, that's promising. That is promising, guys. Aha! Success! Woo! Come on. I think this max tire, I think that is 35. All right. Let's get it up to 20. That should seat all the beads. Whew! All right. Yeah, look at that. That is a big old tire. Oh, man. Sorry if I just blew out anyone's eardrums. Whew. Alex, I will tell you what, man. We all go through those dry spells. Don't take it personally. Just keep trying, keep putting out content. If you do, use your analytics. If you have a few videos out, look at which ones are doing good. Try to see if you can't figure out why they did well. Usually, it's more about the content than the keywords and all that fancy stuff. Analytics is great, but at the end of the day, if no one's watching your videos, there's probably a reason for it. Not knocking you. I've had bad videos too. But yeah, just keep trucking along. See if you can identify trends, meaning trends on your channel. What are people watching? What are people clicking away? How long are they watching it for? When are they dropping off? All that stuff adds up, man. Whew. All right. Whew. How many viewers do we have now? We got 31. Yes. We got 31 people drinking sparkling peach water. Thanks, Ivan. Yes, it is mostly clean. At least it's clean where you can see, which actually may be a bad thing. It's those hard to reach spots. Cobra, thought you left, man. Did you sneak back in when we weren't looking? All right, 4 ounces. Wow, all right, I have just enough. Smash that like button. By the way, how's the audio, guys? This is the first time I've used my audio equipment on my laptop, and it kind of sounded meh. It's not bad, but it's meh. I'm way too picky though. At the end of the day, as long as you guys are having fun, audio is great, sweet. That is good. All right, there we go. How's this valve looking? Sweet. Thanks, TP. That is another video that I want to make, is covering audio. So fun fact. There was a test done by some industry experts. A little hot. All right, we'll fix that right quick while I do that. All right. Yeah, it was a little hot. All right, there we go. Everyone adjust your volume accordingly. I turned it down a little bit because I did see it was peaking a little bit. Oh, Eric likes it hot and bothered. Back on topic. that random thing. There was a study done in the industry once where they took 2 theaters and then they got a bunch of people to go and watch the same movie, the same clips in both theaters, and they asked them, tell us which one looks better. And so the people go into one theater, they watch it, and then they go into the other theater, they watch it, and they tell them that B, we'll just say arbitrarily, theater B looked worse than theater A. And it wasn't all, but the majority of the people said that. And here's the catch. They did not do anything to the video. They only altered the audio to make it sound a little bit worse in theater B. And everyone perceived that the video didn't look as good because audio is such a huge experience of the picture that you can watch something that was filmed on a potato, but if it sounds good, you can fill in the blanks. You can hear the cars or whatever going on. So if you If you are going to focus on one thing in your videos, make sure it is audio quality. And speaking of audio, what's up, biker? How you doing, buddy? Alex, thanks for hanging out, man. So that's a little tidbit for you guys. I also saw someone was asking about gimbal. Evo SS. It is hands down one of the best ones, mostly due to the fact that you can actually talk to someone here in the States when something goes wrong. Come on. Man, this tiny little pump makes it so hard to fill up these big tires. Oh, the Chromag stylus. I haven't seen that one. Well, Ryan, we'll see. We'll see how much posterior I can kiss with pole to see if they will help me out with that. That's good enough. TP, it is so freaking hard. I won't lie. The live stream gods must be looking down on me and saying, yeah, let's give him a pass. Because normally I turn into a very uncivilized person when I try to seat my tires. Biker, so on the front, we have a 2.8 specialized butcher, which is about the next best thing to a Maxxis Minion DHF. And on the rear, we are running a 3-inch knobby nick, which I believe you pronounce it schwabble. Schwabble? Schwabbly. Schwabbly shoo. I was homeschooled, I can't pronounce words. But anyways, we're doing 3-inch on the rear. Once again, we're just gonna move past that. 3 inches on the rear because I wanna be able to use this on the Chromag, and I want that extra cush because the 2.8 just isn't doing it for me. Woo! Yeah, Robert, oh my gosh. I'm glad you remembered that, buddy. You gotta keep me honest. So a 3, yeah, 27. Yeah, 27 plus is awesome for hardtail. You know what, Ryan? I did worry about that, having a 2.8 on the front with the Chromag, but quite honestly, it's got a 65-degree head angle as is, and the difference between a 2.8 and a 3-inch, according to the guys at Bicycle Sport Shop, the height is almost negligible or insignificant. It's really the width that's increasing. So, yeah. I've been thinking about doing online school. How was the whole college deal after being homeschooled? Liam, to answer that, I wish I had got college out of the way sooner, because I won't lie, I was a little shy. I had been homeschooled since I was in the 2nd grade. And so the idea of going back in made me really nervous. I was very shy as a younger kid. So I kind of put off college, and I regret that. Do it as young as possible. Do as many things as you can as young as possible. And even if you are in your 30s, still go and do it, because that's what I'm doing. I'm back in college, and I am enjoying the experience. After a couple classes, you settle into the groove. Quite honestly, no one really cares. And I mean that in the nicest way. No one cared that I was homeschooled. I barely bring it up for that reason. It's just kind of a conversation piece than anything else. Why was I homeschooled? That's a good question. My mom decided to do it. I was too young to really have a good opinion on it being in the 2nd grade. I was just like, I get to stay home all day. Didn't realize that I'd actually have to work at home. So that's why. So you guys got to learn a cool thing about me. Ah, there it is. D's get degrees, yep. You know what, man? On that degree, no one ever asks you what your grade was. Okay, some companies do, but it doesn't say what your grade was. It just says you passed. Pay your fee, get your B. Brushy Creek, yeah, man. I actually might be going tomorrow. I got a buddy who's never ridden Deception. And he told me that today and that he was going with some pals. And I was like, dude, I gotta go. It's been a while since I've been on Deception and I want to do it. Sweet, JT, maybe I'll see you there. Six-year plan for college. Hey, man, as long as you got it, it's all that mattered. How many we got watching? 36. Awesome. My buddy Chris always said that. My mom always just said, when you hit that class where like you're just at your wit's end and it doesn't matter how much you pour into it, you're just always scraping by, she says, just pass. Just pass. Just put your head down, give it your best, just pass. Because we all have that one class we just hate. Mine was math. Oh my gosh. Alex, if someone, I'll tell you what, the whole YouTube money thing, man, it's a job. It doesn't come easy. At 1,000 subscribers, 1,000+ subscribers, I'll tell you what, I'm still not making anything significant, nothing worth talking about. Definitely not going to quit my day job. That I can actually tell you about. What's my favorite trail in Austin that I can actually tell you about? So it jumps around. Most trails are illegal, but I will tell you my favorite legal trail. There are 2 trails that compete for my favorite. So my top 2 are at Flat Creek Crossing, Wookie Way. I love that. It's got everything. It's got a bunch of tech. It's got some flow. It's got some jumps. I love hitting that because it's such a challenge and you come out the other end just like, yes. The other top one is at Walnut Creek Park, the BMX Loop. I love that trail. And we actually took the Lone Ranger on it. Is it a world-class trail? No, but it's flowy. It's got some tech. It goes right by a BMX jump park, so you can get in some sessioning if you want. But it is such a fun place to hang out and just goof off. And yes, I'm going to torque these down with a torque wrench. You haven't been to Flat Creek? Man, you're missing out. It's $10 a car. So if you're gonna go with multiple people, then you can split it, or bring beer, work out a system with your friends. That's the great thing about friends. You always can find ways to recoup. I've had her for the last 10 years and she won't trade it for anything in the world. Nice, Roy. Yeah, homeschooling isn't bad. The only time it's bad is like when you don't make sure that the kid's socialized. Fortunately, I had friends growing up. I was a little bit of a I was a little bit of a park rat, but not in the Seth's Bike Hacks way. I was the squid running around with the camera filming all my friends. And I still wish that I had footage of that, but it all got lost, you know, moving across country. So unfortunately, you will never see 10-year-old, I think it was like 13-year-old Joe running around a skate park with an old mini DV camera filming his rollerblading friends. Nice. I'm glad you had fun at Flat Creek, man. That was so great. We got a lot of filming done there. I'm still super stoked to see what you do with that footage. If you guys didn't know, the Lone Ranger came and visited me down in humble Austin to get away from the cold, and we all saw how that went. But he came down here, and it was the first ride ever of his Extreme Evo Link made by Pole. And we had some fun. It was a great time. Thanks again for coming down, Ryan. And I might be taking you up on that offer to come up to Canada, because I just bought an Evoc bike bag last night, because a very awesome person hooked me up, and others, with a discount code. So I was able to get it a little bit less, not much less. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is the best deal ever. It was a, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I want to travel. I want to take this bike places. All right, a little bit of rub, but we'll center them later. Or, you know, I'll just ride it until it centers. It's so bad. Yeah, JT, the Enduro Cup was awesome out there. All right, one more thing. We have a new chain going on. SRAM XX1, XX1. Yes, dude, I am totally stoked. Hopefully that wasn't too loud for everyone. All right. Do I have Strava? No, actually. I am like the only freaking YouTube mountain biker that does not run Strava. And it's not because I have anything against it. It's really not. I'm just lazy. Once upon a time, when I first got back into cycling, I was such a stats geek. I had a heart rate monitor, cadence, speed. I tracked every ride, and I put it on Facebook because you should know when I rode my bike, regardless if you cared or not. Have I ridden Angel Fire? No, that's another place. There's so many trails here in Austin that I haven't hit, and I want to do more regular trail videos. I've been doing like the really high production videos, and I'm not going to stop doing them. But I will say that I want to start doing more just POV, quick, you know, actual trail videos that are the bread and butter of this community. Dude, yeah, I know, right, biker, that I don't geek out on that stuff. You think I would. It's just, I don't know, man. I think what it is, it's the cameras, man. It just complicates everything, and you know, I totally had the best intention to film behind the scenes footage with Ryan and I, but I just got so focused on filming that I completely forgot to hit the record button most of the day. And I apologize for that, guys, because we did a lot of cool stuff, and I really wish I could have showed you it, but I was just so stressed out. Not stressed out. I wouldn't say I was stressed out. I was so like just wanting to make sure that Ryan got the shot that he was envisioning, because he flew all the way from Canada to Austin. So that way we could hang out and film stuff. And the last thing I wanted to do was stand there after he did something really cool and go, man, that would have looked awesome on film. Ivan, awesome. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, man. That's awesome. Definitely, if you see me out on the trails, make sure you tap me on the shoulder sometime, so that way I can say hi, man. Angel Fire is in Mexico, not Austin. Yes. Thanks, JT. Ivan, awesome. Thanks again, man. Deception is so much fun. All right, so I am going to make sure that I measure this right and do the old, use the old chain trick. Alex, good luck on the video, man. Here's the biggest tip that I'll give you, though. Promoting yourself on social media, don't be afraid to do that. On other people's channels, be a little careful. It's always rough to like try to gauge how someone's gonna react to that. You know, like with Brian's chats, he kind of looks down on that because, you know, everyone's kind of trying to skirt on his coattails, bleh, words. But yeah. But definitely good luck on the video, man. Not throwing daggers your way, just so you're clear. Oh, I hate, who else hates all the stock grease that they put on the chains? I was actually reading today that, and I'm gonna give it a try, that they say you should just wipe off the old grease, or you should wipe off the grease. You should wipe off just the surface grease on a new chain. You shouldn't clean it off. And like, meaning like soak it in degreaser and like completely strip it off, because the manufacturers say they put that grease there for a reason. It's perfectly fine to let it wear off and then add your own grease, but don't like strip it off just for the sake of putting your own grease. Yeah, it's like glue. Ugh. Ugh. And it's like terrible to go on a ride with. Okay. So I am going to leave one extra link because I think this chain was like one link short for a full suspension bike. So I'm going to leave one link on, which would be, okay, so I know that, all right, do I want to leave? You know what? I'm going to make it a little long because it's always easy to take stuff off, not put it back. You know what, Liam? I'm still trying to decide what type of chain lube I like. I've been trying a bunch. I've been trying wet. I've been trying... Eric, you taking off? Oh yeah, man. You got a race tomorrow. Go to bed. Go to bed. We can talk later. Thanks for hanging out, man. Let's see. Ethan, what are the wide lenses for iPhone? Are the wide lenses worth it? I just made a video for my friends, and the common consensus was it was too zoomed in. Ethan, that is a great question. I will tell you this. The super cheap Amazon ones that are like 20 bucks, if you got the money to spare, I would say save up and get the Moment lenses. I personally haven't used them, but I really, really like the system that they've made. Because it has a case that actually clips into, and these guys are really serious about image quality. So I've been wanting to get my hands on them. They are a little expensive, but you can buy them one at a time. So you don't have to buy the whole kit. So that would be my suggestion. If you see one on Amazon that has gotten okay reviews and it's not too terribly expensive, then you know what? Yeah, maybe go ahead and do that, because I said it before, I'll say it again. Those Moment lenses are not cheap. The case is like 20 bucks and one of the lenses will send you back $80. But I will tell you this, and the Lone Ranger will back me up on this. Good glass is more of a better investment than the fanciest of camera. I have seen so many people spend thousands and thousands of dollars getting this super expensive camera setup, and then they cheap out on lenses and then wonder why their footage or pictures look like crap. I would rather have a cheap camera with an outstanding lens than a very expensive lens on a camera that can't utilize it. And that's all I have to say about that. All right, now that I've gone on a tangent about lenses, yeah, I'm gonna cheat, Robert. I'm gonna do it the lazy way and just kind of, is that rubbing? That's rubbing. I'm gonna do it the lazy way because I know for a fact that that chain was not causing any issues. I'm just adding a couple of extra links just to give it a little bit, I figure it's better to go longer than I need this time versus the last time on the Chromag where I freaking cut it way too short. I would rather buy a GoPro on eBay or something and spend a bit more. I recently got a GoPro and the wide angle mode is very wide. Yes, it is. Yes, you can go very wide on a GoPro. Very, very wide. Yeah, that looks good. Might take off an extra link, but like I said, rather it be a little too long. I have to shorten it than have to buy a whole new chain because I made it too short. Oh, this grease. I hate it so much. I hate it, you guys. Oh, it just is terrible. All right. There we go. Yep, I gotta take out a link. That is loosey-goosey. Liam, yeah. If you have the money to get a used Hero 4 Black Edition on eBay cheap, do it. Because you can do a lot with a GoPro and a gimbal. I filmed everything at Bellingham with just a GoPro on a cheap gimbal, which I would not recommend the one that I had. Get an Evo if you're going to get one, Evo SS. A GoPro on a gimbal and a cell phone. Didn't use a fancy camera, just had the cameras with me. Evo SS, Alex, like I said. Yeah, if you have the Hero 5 Black, anything above a Hero 4 Black Edition is perfectly good. It's just that the Hero 4 Black has the best audio right now, unfortunately. Oh, what do y'all, have y'all, digested this thing that GoPro is putting itself up for sale, essentially. If you haven't heard the news, they are working with a finance firm to make them more presentable to a company who would like to engage in long-term business. There we go. Oh, you can hear that brake rub. So Alex, so what this means, a few things. It could mean that GoPro may go away when they're scooped up, but that's not gonna happen overnight. It never does, even with a big acquisition like that. Never go away overnight. Sorry, just catching up with the chat. Oh, Biker, thanks for hanging out, man. Sorry I didn't say anything. I've been over here pontificating. Anyways, to get to the point, GoPro isn't going to go away overnight. It's going to take a while, even if they do get dissolved. What's probably going to happen is someone's going to buy GoPro and keep the brand name and kind of go in and be like, you guys should maybe do this for a while. Just try this. Has not doing this gotten you the results that you wanted? Let's go for that. Oh, by the way, if anyone is wondering what the beverage of choice tonight is, Law's Whiskey House 4-grain straight bourbon. Is that in frame? There we go. And I've had this bottle for a while. The Lone Ranger can tell you, I have a very large liquor collection, but I like to sip. I don't like to knock them back. I like to enjoy my bourbon. There we go. That was weird. Have I tried the Rilo? No. I wish I could get my hands on one. I think it's not quite there yet, but the technology is promising. As expensive as my bike. Yeah, man, you know, all this camera gear, it's so hard to keep up with. My personal opinion, not that you asked for it, on 360 cameras, I think for certain aspects of mountain biking and sports, yes, that is correct, Crashing Dad. 1080p, even though it records in 4K, but it's recording this big sphere. And if you want it to look good on a cell phone, it's got to crop in. So even though it records in 4K and they can advertise it as a 4K camera, it outputs in 1080p because it's got to crop in that image to be able to fit it on a phone. So that's one thing they don't really tell you about 360 cameras, which is why I don't think they're there yet. But the technology is super, super promising. I'm not knocking it. I think that the Rilo is a great product for what it is. A very easy to use, every person's camera that unlocks a lot of potential because it basically gets rid of the gimbal. So for POV footage, I think, what's up, Mike? For POV footage, I think 360 cameras will be the future. However, I will not sell my my regular GH5, which is sitting right here because of the thumbnail that I took. I will not be trading in this guy for a 360 camera anytime soon because this takes a very specific type of image that is very hard to recreate on a 360 camera. But a 360 camera can do stuff that that camera can't. So that's my opinion, even if you didn't ask. All right, so Joe, what brand cable cam were you using? The Kickstarter one I ordered is delayed 6 months. Mike, I was using Hi-Sight. High as in like H-I-G something. Hi-Sight. The Hi-Sight Mini. Just Google that. Hi-Sight Mini. That was the one that I used. And I'm actually going to be doing a review on that. Sorry, my girlfriend sent a message a while back and I'm just reading it now. The Hi-Sight, I'm going to be doing a review on it. It was pretty cool, but there are a couple things that I wish I could have them do a little differently. I'm not going to give any opinions right now because I want to spend more time with it. Yeah, the audio sucked on the Rilo, and that's one reason that I won't be using it until they fix that. 4K on the Hero 5 is, you might as well run over the battery with the car and expect it to go to work. Yeah, yeah. GoPro kind of fell off after the Hero 4 Black, unfortunately. Some of the knockoff GoPros are very good price value. I've had one called, oh yeah, the Contour. I used to have one of those. Yeah, they were actually, they were looking really good there for a while, and then they suddenly just kind of, they just fell off. They just stopped. They just gave up. I don't know what happened to them. It's a shame. If you answered the question already, sorry, my internet timed out, but do you have any merch for sale yet? No, I'm actually reaching out to some graphic artists that I found online because I do want to do that. You know, I have the stickers and I said I was going to sell them, but I just got busy, unfortunately. This year is going to be the year that I really try to pour myself into this YouTube channel, get merch, get some new graphics, get traveling, more collaborations, more videos. So yes, hopefully, Ethan, I will have some stuff that you can buy. And I appreciate that you're asking because that means that you like what I'm doing. So thank you. JF Rides. Interesting views on the knockoff GoPro and the costs and functions are actually worth it. So yeah, they're getting there. They are getting there. GoPro kind of lagged behind. I made it myself, Liam. So if it looks like poo, that was me. If it looks great, that was me. So yeah, JF Rides would rock a trail feature shirt. I think I'm going to do that. If you need a graphic artist, I can help. I do it for a living. Ivan, I might be reaching out to you. Thank you. I have an email address in my About section on YouTube. Send me a note. Let's talk. Let's do that. Really, Alex is going to start a live stream? Ah, man. Really? Shoot. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I know that I tried to give Daily MTB Rider some time, and it's funny that Alex is going to do one too. That's cool. Okay, guys. With that, let me try to get... I know, I hate that. So funny enough, most of us YouTubers actually try nowadays to like give each other clearance on live streams, just because of the fact that these things happen and it sucks for you guys because we know that you want to watch all of us, but you don't have time. Oh yeah, he's live right now. JT, Patreon. Yes, that's another thing. Thank you for the $10. All right, dudes, let's get this finished up because I actually, funny enough, want to watch Alex Chamberlain too. So let's go ahead and get the Chromag in there. Let's just try to ride this out a little bit. Oh, and yes, by the way, I did clamp the dropper. I know, but I know it is very spotty, but sometimes I just don't really feel like messing with anything. And as long as you are careful with it, it's mostly fine. Get this tightened down. We're just gonna breeze through this real quick, guys. Because like I said, I wanna watch Alex too. I'm a fan. People are chatting. This Alex may do a live stream too. Definitely, man. Play around with it. Don't worry. It's stressful the first time you do it, but after you do it a couple times, and just go with the punches. Go with the punches, man. 22 people. Omar, thanks for hanging out, man. Yeah, JT, like I said, as long as you're careful with it, don't wrench on it, but as long as you're careful with it. Okay, guys, let me be honest with you. I screwed up with the Chromag, and not just because I made the chain too short. When I was traveling to Colorado with this thing, I forgot one very crucial thing. I am out of frame. I forgot one crucial thing about traveling to a place where there's snow, and that is they salt the roads. I was very good about rinsing it off when I was in Colorado, but when we drove back to Austin through a blizzard, we got home stupid late at night after driving through an ice storm through Texas, which is sketchy because they don't salt the roads here. So we were basically driving on ice, but we got home super late. I put the bikes in the garage, and then both my girlfriend and I came down with the flu, and this thing sat in the garage unwashed after going through salt. it's a steel frame. But the frame itself looks fine from what I've seen. Unfortunately, the chain and rotors are completely corroded out. Let me show you the chain. And I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed by this, guys, but I'm going to own up to it. This is the chain that I took off of it. This is bad. So, yeah, I own up to that mistake. Yeah, JT, I felt super stupid about that. I was so mad at myself. Have I done a collab with Daily MTB? No, but I do plan on going to Bellingham because my buddy Paul invited me up again. And I totally want to take the Yeti up there and get a redemption on that stupid hill that I wiped out on. And I certainly am going to be trying to hit up Josh at Daily MTB. Just spray paint it orange, call it natural. Just restored or tried using, remove the rust. Nice, yeah, Red Wings. Thankfully, the frame is okay. It's just that the drivetrain got a little bit screwed up. And I pointed that out to the Lone Ranger, but I don't think he quite really saw how bad it was, and nor did I. So yeah, his reaction is the same as mine today when I got it up on the rack and started washing it. Holy crap, you guys, it was bad. It was so bad. So today we are going to just quickly take the rotors that I took off of the Yeti, and we're going to put them on because there's a little, you can't really see it on the rear, but on the front, there's a lot of corrosion on the rotors. And I still have some stuff to film with this bike, and I can't be putting on footage with rusty rotors. Rusty rotors, that's a nice little rhyme to it. How does the cassette look? We're also going to find that out. And there's still 24 people watching. Thank you, guys. That is awesome, because there's a lot of live chats going on right now, and I appreciate you decided to hang out at mine or open multiple tabs and watch most of them. Alex, I totally would love to collaborate with those guys. And I'm not going to give anything away, but there are talks with at least one of those guys. There are talks. We are still figuring out when and where, but it will happen eventually. So keep an eye out for that. But I am stoked that those guys are wanting to hang out. So we're going to do the rotors first. Now we're going to take a look at the cassette. Maybe. I'm not going to say. None of your business, right? No, just giving you crap. Maybe. We'll see. Like I said, schedules have to align, and all those guys are busy. And kind of myself. I said it earlier. You be quiet. You just, Red Wings. Telling me stuff. I'm trying to be dramatic, man. I'm cramping my style. All right, let's grab this. Nice. Nice, guys. I'm glad you all have a sense of humor. All right, I am going to put a little drop of fresh Loctite on here because I do want to at least pretend that I know what I'm doing. All right, get the Loctite out. We'll do the rotors, check the cassette. I think we're going to call it after that because we all got busy nights ahead of us. So what's the, let's see, my soccer practices overlap with the XC mountain bike team at school and my parents want me to do soccer. What do I do? I pay for soccer, but I also just paid for a $900 bike, so I don't know which has more actual value. That was the 200 out of the 200 characters. Wow, awesome. I appreciate you typing all 200 characters. So, Ethan, that is a hard question, my friend. I'll ask you this. I pay for the soccer, but I also just paid for a $900 bike. So you've already paid for the soccer. My advice to you is this. There are a ton of videos online. And you might be careful with your schedule, but you might be able to go to at least one of those meetups for the XC. Try your best to get to know at least one of the guys there, and then make friends with them and go riding on days when you're not doing soccer, because you've already paid for it, right? That's money out of your pocket, buddy. So we're talking finances at this point. You've already paid for it, so why not do it? It's also good to cross-train, man. You know, multiple skill sets. And you can ride your bike whenever you want. You can also play soccer whenever you want, but you already paid for it. And if you can't get your money back, I would say, yeah, ride in on your off days. You know, if you have a good recovery day and you can afford the physical taxing of going on a ride after working out or after playing soccer, then I would say do that, man. That's a tough choice, man. You might have to do some soul searching on that, but that's my 2 cents. You know, you paid money for something. I'd at least try to get the money for it. You can ride your bike on your own time. Liam does the mountain biking team at my school, and it's also fun. I used to do soccer, but now I do refereeing instead, so I can still get my soccer fix, but have the most fun doing MTB versus anything else. There you go, man. There's more than one solution to this problem, Ethan. But it's a valid question, man. Hey, Josh, how's it going, man? Thanks for showing up. JT, that is so awesome, man. Yeah, helping other people grow is awesome. It's a great, very fulfilling feeling. Ethan, I'm glad that was helpful, man. I ref also, it's good money and how I paid for it. There you go, Ethan. Awesome, man. I think you'll figure it out. I think you'll come to the right choice, regardless what it is. I think you'll evaluate your situation. Josh, definitely go study for your exam, man. You know, there's nothing worse than showing up to an exam unprepared. Mike, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. I'm trying to wrap up this stuff myself. Trying to get things done. Opinion on 120 millimeters of travel. That's enough? I don't know. I mean, what's your question, man? Because you're kind of not giving me enough information. Are you asking like you're feeling that you don't have enough travel, or you're looking at a new bike? What type of trails do you ride? I need metrics, man. Give me data. Give me sweet data. I have a $60 suspension. Woo! Is it enough? Thomas, once again, I don't know what trails you ride, man. I can't tell you is enough. Do you think it's enough? Do you ride 120 millimeters right now? I think that for some people, it's enough. For downhill, no. For cross country, it's too much. For, I don't know, man. I gotta know what you're asking. I've ridden 120 millimeter bikes before, and they were perfectly fun. But I wouldn't take 120 millimeters of travel on the hill of life, if that's what you're asking, because that's kind of short. Alex, I love that. That's the whole objective, right? Don't die. Ride your bike until you think you're gonna die, and then just don't die. I ride trail, but I feel like it's not enough to send big enough. So, Thomas, in your situation, you are telling me that you have a bike with 120 millimeters of travel, but you're kind of finding the limits of it. Well then, man, that might be your answer. Just saying, if you who are the one who's riding the bike, feel that it's not enough, then, sir, Thomas, it might not be enough. That's all I have to say about that. Am I tightening this or loosening it? I'm tightening it. Oh my God, what am I doing? I'm all confused. But yeah, Thomas, you know the trails best. You know your bike. If you feel like your bike is slacking, then definitely look into upgrades. Ryan, thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate it. Enjoy dinner. All right, let's take a look at the cassette. Cassette looks good. Yeah, cassette looks good. I mean, there's a little bit of contact rust from the chain, but nothing that really freaks me out. I mean, there's a little bit of corrosion. There's a little bit, but I'm not worried about it. What cassette am I running? I am running on the Chromag. I'm running an 11 to 42 tooth cassette. And we are looking at this because I drove it through snowy ice with salted roads and got sick immediately afterwards and was not able to clean it up. There's a little bit of rust like right there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's nothing that's scaring me. It's cosmetic. It can buff out. I can buff that out. I'm going to do it on a later date. I just wanted to get this cassette off and take a look at it and make sure it's okay before I do anything. Yeah, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad. All right, so let's get the cassette back on. I can buff this off at another time. Like I said, tonight is just to make sure everything is okay. I could use a wire brush, but I think what I'm going to do actually is get a little bit of emery cloth, which is a fancy way of saying a very high grit sandpaper that's made from metal. That is emery cloth. And I'm just gonna gently buff off a little bit of it, just to make sure there's no issues. And if worse comes to worse, I do have another cassette. I have a 11 to 46 tooth Shimano XT cassette, which I may put on after this stream, meaning when I feel like and remember it. Just to clean it up, just to have something nice and shiny. Because basically what we're doing tonight with this Chromag is just making sure it looks nice for the camera. because I still have some stuff that I need to film. Because like I said, I went out to Colorado to ride this and review it, and then I was going to compare it to, I was going to compare how it rode in Colorado to how it rides in Austin. And then I got the flu, and it knocked me out my butt. And then the Lone Ranger showed up, and then we had to go party because Lone Ranger. So yeah, just had all sorts of stuff. JT, thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate it. You have a good night, man. Are there any cheap tubeless rims that won't taco with a hop out there? And is it okay to go tubeless on non-ready rims? I'm worried that they will burp too easy. The internet didn't have an answer. Ethan, I don't think I have a good answer for you either. I will say that if the rims are not tubeless ready, some would argue that you can still run tubeless tires on them. However, there are design differences with the lips over the past few years, so it depends on how old they are, although tubeless has become ubiquitous at this point. I would say it might be worth it to save up if you have a set of non-tubeless rims that you want to try. I mean, pretty much every modern tire is tubeless ready, so give it a try, tape it up, see how it goes. As far as ones that taco, man, it depends. I am not a very hardcore rider, so these Ibis rims are never going to taco for me. But Jordan Boostmaster, he might turn these into pancakes by the time he's done with them. And I'm not talking, you know, ones that roll. I'm talking completely flatten them. Or taco in that regard, because that's what you're talking about. So, once again, it all depends on what you do, because you need to do you, my friend. It's always hard to give people recommendations on what kind of products to buy, because you've seen how I ride. I'm okay. I'm decent. I'm not the best. Yeah, exactly, Red Wings. You know, some of them work well, some of them don't. But you got to be careful. You can try it. If it works, awesome. If it doesn't, be ready for that bead to pop off, man. You might be in a world of hurt real quick. And I would hate to see a subscriber get hurt. So that is why I always caution people to do their own research. I don't want you to take what I say to heart and then, you know, you come with a crooked nose to my next live stream and ask for an explanation. You know, I'm not going to lie. I really miss having this RockShox Yari on the Yeti. I put back on the 34, and as a quick follow-up to my RockShox versus Yari, man, they just don't compare. I mean, they still do the same job at the end of the day, but the 34 definitely, I'm starting to feel the difference between them now that I'm getting to be a harder rider. When do the trail feature shirts go live? Like I was saying, man, I need to find a graphic artist to help me rebuild my logo because I kind of want to get something better. So once I find a good graphic artist and we start to get some ideas, you, sir, will be the first to know. What tires are you running on the Chromag? I am running Maxxis Minion DHF 2.5s, front and rear. I'm running DHF on the rear as well because I wanted extra traction over rolling resistance. That was a bigger concern for me. Thanks, JF. I like my logo too, but I feel like it could be better. I also am not a good graphic artist, so I want to have a t-shirt that just has the logo, but I also want to have some fun stuff. I have some ideas. So I'm hoping to get something out for you. Fox or RockShox? I personally like RockShox, but here's the thing. I can guarantee you there's at least one of you that threw something at your screen because I said RockShox. I think they're both amazing, amazing products, and it comes down to personal preference. I prefer RockShox, if you ask me honestly. All right. This is the rusted out rotor, right? Yes, I see rust. All right, where did I put the good one? I know, right? I'm always my own worst critic. I think all my stuff is crap. Me and Biker have the same mindset. We're always convinced we're gonna make a video that just throws all our subscribers away. Yes, you know, you kind of hit the nail on the head there. The RockShox is, I personally feel a little bit more plush. And I like how it's softer off the top and then firms up, whereas the Fox is definitely more linear, at least for me. My riding style is different, but for me, the linear feel of a Fox has its benefits, but when I'm going down some chunky sections, ooh, I miss that Yari on my Yeti. I miss it, I do. Yes, Chase, yes. I actually do want to try to get an MRP ramp controller on the Fox, at least to try it. Because I think that'll help solve. Oh, Ethan, are cheap air forks safe? Well, if it's from a reputable company, maybe. Maybe. If it's from a brand that you've never heard of, I'd stay away from it, buddy. You know, Suntour, I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. Let me know if I'm not. Suntour, you know, they have gotten bad knocks because, you know, you always see them on the Walmart bikes, but they're actually trying to, you know, make some higher end ones that'll compete with, you know, Yari, Pikes and whatnot. So I would personally say if you're shopping on eBay, be careful of knockoffs, dude. Sometimes it's worth paying the extra money to buy from, and I'm not sponsored by any of these guys, but I'm just going to say, be careful going on eBay, get something from a reputable company such as Worldwide Cyclery, Chain Reaction, any of those guys, because if their stuff breaks, they'll stand behind it. If some eBay guy's stuff breaks, kind of on your own. What does the MRP ramp control do? The MRP ramp control is basically a replacement. Sorry, I have to drop in. Or go to your local bike shop. Yes, go to your local bike shop. They are an excellent source of information. JT, you are very much on point. Thank you for that. What does the ramp control do? The ramp control basically replaces your volume spacers, so that way you can adjust how progressive your fork is on the fly. I did a video on the MRP ramp controller that explains what it does and why you may or may not like it. Thank you, Crashing Dad. I believe he just posted a link. Go ahead and watch that now if you want, or you can maybe wait until the live stream is over because we're going to be wrapping up soon. We're going to be wrapping up soon. I'm almost done. All right. There we go. So, we got 18 people. Anyone watching Alex's stream in another tab? I'm curious what he's up to. Because as soon as I'm done, I won't lie, I'm going to open up I'm going to open up my web browser and see what Chamberlain's up to. I think he stopped. He stopped! Why would he stop? He never stops. He literally doesn't know how to stop. He just lets the earth not move under him. Mikeson, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Realized you were still going. What? He stopped for me? Well, that ain't right. I was about to stop for him. Now I'm flattered. It popped up, then went off. Oh, maybe he was just testing stuff. Did Daily MTB Writer start his live stream yet? I think he said he was going to go live at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I think we're getting close to that. Exactly. We do, funny enough, Liam, we actually do try to coordinate with each other. You know, we always have our one-off random stream. Yeah, Crashing Dad, what is the time difference, Crashing Dad? I think that's, is it like a 2-hour difference? So he's actually going to be starting soon. But yeah, we try to coordinate with each other. Make sure that we don't step on each other's toes, because we hate to compete for views. Like we try to be cool with each other. Yeah, I know, right? 20 minutes. Okay, good. Good. That is a perfect amount of time. 20 minutes I can work with, buddy. Because this was a nice, fun little hangout. You know, it was a smaller group because the notification didn't go out. But you know what? I don't care. This was more just, I had to do this stuff anyways, and I wanted a chance to hang out with you guys. So you guys are being the ones that stick around, so I appreciate you. Lets me get to know you. Trying to decide if I want to leave this live stream up, because it was kind of a rocky start, so I feel like people might not be that interested. And also, we've been going for a while. I don't know, what do you think? Whoa, 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 JF Rides. Layaway for the new t-shirt. JF Rides, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, Ride Rate Review is going to be... By the way, guys, here's a plug. So we have a kind of a collaborative live stream that happens once a week. And it rotates to different channels. And Crashing Dad, if you could do me a favor, could you post the link to the Facebook group in the chat so that way people can see it? But essentially what it is, every week we're going to do kind of a podcast thing. And it's less of a hangout with you guys, although we have the chat open, we're watching it. But it's more like kind of you get to hang out with us while we record a podcast. And then we put that podcast out for people to listen to. Like there's links to it, you can download it on iTunes and all that stuff. And we're basically gonna rotate the live stream across anyone who wants to participate's channel. Like we kind of have a group right now, and we're gonna figure out how we can add more people later. There's a lot of logistics, but it's so cool that we're doing this because you guys are basically our studio audience for a talk show. So like I said, you know, it's a little bit less of a hangout chat session with you guys, but we're not ignoring you. You know, we're engaging with each other. So if you haven't seen it, it's called Off-Camber. Crashing Dad just posted the Facebook link to it. Make sure you go and like that page because we're going to be doing a live stream tomorrow, and there is going to be people such as Shane, help me out. I know that Ride Rate Review is going to be on it. I think Gene, Regular Guy Mountain Biking, and BKXC is also going to be on it. Correct me if I'm wrong, Shane. Crashing Dad. Link didn't work. Shane, you had one job. You are fired. All right, go to Facebook and Google Off-Camber. Go to Facebook and Google. What the heck am I even saying? Anyways, it's called Off-Camber. Regular Guy Mountain Bike, I believe, has a link on his Off-Camber Live. Thank you. Regular Guy Mountain Biking has a link on his Instagram post, and all of us who are a part of it try to share it on Instagram. So Alex, apparently the link worked. But yeah, Off-Camber Live, it's going to rotate through a bunch of people. I think Single Track Sampler said he wants to be a part of it at one point. We need to button down him for time. Not trying to name drop, just telling you guys, like, it's a big community thing. It's a lot of the small guys and the big guys hanging out. It's really cool. Definitely check it out. I may host the one next week. We're still trying to figure out who's actually going to be hosting it, but I'm definitely going to be a part of it. So there's already one that's up there, and it was with Biker, the Lone Ranger, myself, and Gene from Regular Guy Mountain Bike, and Jordan Byram. Those guys, it was awesome. We talked about winter riding and all the terrible things that come with it. Brr! Who here does winter riding? I try to avoid it because I moved down to Texas to get away from it, but y'all live in all sorts of different places. And I need to hurry up. JC back in the house. Sweet off-road outfitter, by the way. Thank you for hanging out, and I'm glad you found it. Winter riding is awesome. I'm glad you enjoy it because I personally think it's a miserable experience. I am not knocking it. I can see the thrill in it. I totally do, but I'm just such a pansy when it comes to the cold. I hate it. Why is it so cold out? I don't like it. It makes my toes hurt. Man, it's sweet. I love freezing my balls off. Nice. The high school mountain biking season is winter, but I'm in California, so it's gone. So it's Gene? Gone? Maybe Gene? Anyways, so here's what's funny, and we talked about this in the live stream, the Off-Camber Live. In Austin, it's so funny to be, it's so funny to see everyone else during the winter start doing night riding towards the end of the year, because in Austin, we do night riding during the peak of summer because it's so freaking hot. You can't go riding outside of the summer. So it's so hilarious to just have this inverse property where the winter is our prime time to go riding. And I'm actually gonna slack it up to this. I'm gonna go a little bit long because of the fact that my plus size, my 27 plus wheels have a 46 tooth cog. This only has a 42, but I'd rather this be a little bit too long, because as long as it works on the 11, it's good. And I'd rather have a little bit of slack on the 42 tooth. So that way when I put the 46 on there. I think fat bikes are cool. They are definitely not for everyone, but I think they're cool. Our sunset is like 5 on the shortest days. 9:30. 9:30. Where do you live, man? Where do you live that the sun does not go down till 9:30? Alex, how did I get such a big audience? Well, man, I just started uploading videos and I didn't stop. I'm not trying to be, you know, I'm not trying to like be snarky or anything. I'm literally just saying, like, that's how I got to be such a big audience. I just started uploading stuff and I didn't stop. And one by one, people started coming and I interacted with them. I said thank you. I try to reply to as many comments as I can. You might notice that sometimes, like, you'll post a comment and then you won't get a reply for like a week, and then suddenly you get a comment. It's because sometimes, like, I get busy, and then like I'll sit down at the end of the week and I'll pull up YouTube and I'll look at all the comments that I didn't get a response, or I didn't respond to, and I just sit there and hammer out responses. Because I want to make sure, even if I don't get to you right away, I get to your question or I get to your comment, I say thank you. I try to point you in the right direction. And that, Alex, is how I got here. Joe, what bike are you favoring these days? What hardtail is looking, that hardtail is looking sweet. It is sweet, man, and it's my new toy, so I think right now it's a good 50-50. I'm having fun with this. How do I get into mountain bike racing? Thomas, the best advice I can give you is, because I don't race, but figure out what type of racing most interests you, whether it's cross country, enduro, downhill if you're a downhill rider, and find a race that has a amateur. And you live in Texas. Okay, so I can tell you that there are enduro races here. And if that is something that interests you, look up Texas enduro races, because there was actually just one this weekend. Where was it? I can't remember where it is, but Eric from No Front Brakes is actually racing it. So you're in XC. Okay, so here's what you do, buddy. You go and Google Texas, whatever city you live in, XC races, and figure out what XC races are in the area. And then figure out if they have a beginner class and register for it and just go and do it. It's kind of one of those things where if you have someone that knows, like they've already raced, then yeah, ask them. But if you just want to race, find out if they have a beginner class, train as much as you can, like ride as much as you can, get in shape, figure out where the race is and find out if you can ride it before the race day to get a good idea of the courses, because that'll also let you know what your fitness level is. And then the day of the race, just tell yourself, I'm just going to ride my bike and have fun. I don't care what place I finish in, as long as I finish the race. And as long as you have that mindset, you'll have fun, and then you'll figure out whether or not you want to do another race. And then you'll be more prepared for that. And you'll probably know more than me at that point, because I've never been at a race. I've been to a race, I've never raced. So Thomas, that's my advice. And JT just put in a little bit of a tidbit for you. So I would say follow his advice, because JT seems like he knows what's up. But JC, to get back to your question about which bike I'm favoring, I think it's 50-50. I love the hardtail because it's so much fun to just conquer something with no suspension, and it's also a blast. What, the deuce? Oh, there we go. That's better. My cog was all the way in the wrong place, and I was trying to figure out what was going on. Awesome, Alex. I think you're going to like it. All of us who have participated in it so far, we really like it. We've only got one episode up, but we have a ton more in the works. We are constantly talking with each other on what we can do. So yeah, I still think, JC, if I had to be honest, if I had to pick one bike, it would still be the Yeti. It's just such a good all-round bike. It can do a little bit of enduro. It can firm up and do cross-country. It's a ridiculous bike to do cross-country with, but you can do cross-country with it if you want. And it's an all-day rider. You can ride it literally all day and not feel like you're beat up at the end of the day because of those super plush tires. Get this chain on. Oh, it's so greasy. I hate how greasy it is. Oh, it's not on the right freaking cog. Ooh, I love that Hope Hub though. There we go. Chain's on. Mischief managed. Is Bobo doing it? Bobo is part of the group. He has not set up time to be on it yet. It's, like I said, it's rotating through. So we basically, We reach out to the crew, we ask who wants to be on it, and what should we talk about? And then we go from there. And we try to plan a week ahead. Yes, Outdoor Gold Productions, I did have a Ragley. And Kristen got it, and then Kristen got her own bike, and now the Ragley has found a new home. So I still love Ragleys though. I think that they are awesome bikes, especially the Piglet. That is an awesome bike. The Big Wig was fun though. Person that got that, it's really going to enjoy it. So, all right. So basically it's a mountain bike community. Exactly. That is literally, you hit the nail on the head. We are a community, dude. It is not about who has the most subscribers, who has the most likes, who gets the most views, who goes the most viral. We all like to ride bikes. So that is all I have to say about that. Okay, there's one more thing. There's one more thing that I want to do to this bike. And that is, I need to wrap this rear chainstay with an inner tube, because guess who freaking forgot to put a chainstay protector on here and then went and rode it? And let me show you guys the carnage. Hope you guys don't get motion sickness. Whoop. All right, I'm gonna see how close I can get this. It's a little bit, I'm gonna try to aim it up. Oh, this is failing. This is failing so hard. I apologize, guys. Yeah, you can't see it. But trust me, that chainstay got really screwed up. And so I need to, there we go. I need to wrap it a little bit. So let me grab an old inner tube, and we're gonna do the most old school tricks. We're gonna wrap that chainstay with an inner tube, so that way it doesn't get beat up anymore, until I can get a good chainstay protector on it. Keep posting content, man. That's the thing. Alex, what tripod do I use? I use a, how do I even pronounce that? How terrible is it that I have it in front of me? Sirui? S-I-R-U-I. I apologize, I can't think. It is a carbon fiber frame. It is a T2205X, whatever that means. So basically what it is, it's a super fancy carbon fiber tripod that I bought because when I carry my tripod, I need it as absolutely light as possible. Hey you, man. Thanks for jumping in. Awesome. Thanks, JT. Or JC. JC, I'll be right back. I need some scissors real quick. Let me grab. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. There it is. Trying to finish this up because Daily MTB Rider is about to go live. Nice. Thanks for joining back in, guys. So I'm going to figure out how much I want to use. I don't think I need to use the whole thing. Do I wish I had a 5.5? Man, that is a great question. Do I wish I had a 5.5 question mark? Sure. I'll take another Yeti. Do I wish I had a 5.5 or the SB5 Plus? You know, I think that if I was a more serious rider and did enduro races, yes, I would totally take a 5.5 over the SB5 Plus, just for that extra travel and just more legit bike. As a modest rider, I think that the SB5 Plus is plenty of bike for me. I have seen, and this is just denatured alcohol, I'm just going to clean up the chainstay real quick because I'm actually going to put some clear nail polish on it. I've seen some crazy good enduro riders here in Austin, and they run 5.5s, and they use all 5.5 inches of that rear travel. They know what they're doing. As for me and my people, mostly me, I don't think I could, at this moment, utilize a 5.5 to its full potential. I could ride it. I could make use of it. All right. Just cleaning things up a little bit. I underestimate. Maybe, man. Maybe. Or overestimate. All right. Let's get this finished up, because it is go time. So my girlfriend was kind enough to lend me some clear nail polish, and I'm literally just patching up all the chip marks, so that way the steel doesn't start to rust underneath the chainstay protector, which is the inner tube. And that looks pretty good. We're gonna let that dry. Dude, the 4.5 is legit, man. That is an awesome bike. Alex, Single Track Sampler, recently rode one, and I was not surprised when he said that he liked it. Because for a while there, Nate Hills, the grandfather of mountain biking YouTube, by the way, if you are not subscribed to him, go fix yourself, because he's the guy who motivated the majority of us, if not all of us, to start a mountain biking channel. Or he encouraged the people who went out and started their own channel, and in turn encouraged us. Son Grant, how's it going, man? Thanks for watching with your dad. Foe, thanks, man. I've made some progress. I know, Eric. I built a root down out of a Yeti. When you last joined us, we had a Yeti in the stand. Let's see. Is this tacked up yet? No, it's not tacked up yet. All right, guys. So basically, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and I'm going to wrap this chainstay with it, and I'm going to tape it up. But we are basically out of time. Daily MTB Rider is going to go live, and I kind of wanted to watch that too, guys. I am a follower as much as I am a content creator. So we got 17 people. We are 3 minutes over the hour. What kind of questions do y'all have for me? I'm going to give us until 8 past the hour. So it is 9:03. So at 9:08, we're going to wrap up. We're going to close this out, and that is way too high. Right there. There we go. All right, so questions, comments, guys. When's the root down review coming? Supremely interested. It is coming soon, man. What we were doing tonight is we were getting it all nice and groomed pretty, so that way I can go film some B-roll with it. Probably not tomorrow because it's going to rain later in the day, and I promised a buddy that I was going to go riding with him. But you should expect it soon. Also, expect a review of this P&W Components dropper post that P&W Components was kind enough to send to me as part of this I keep saying Raggly because someone's mentioned it, as this Chromag root down build. Because of the fact of that, I am also going to be doing a review of that. Spoiler, pretty happy with it. What should I get for my new crank and BB? Hope, Deity, or Rape Face? Man, I'm always a fan of kind of the bulletproof of Race Face, but you put out some good questions there. Which one has the color orange that you like the best, Eric? There's your answer. Cranks are cranks. So here's the secret, guys. Cranks are the worst place to put your money. Hands down. They're the most expensive object. Definitely don't get the cheapest, heaviest ones you can find, but there is a very quick point of diminishing return on cranksets. So just get one that you like, that's light enough and cheap enough that you can afford it. That's my 2-second advice. Who's your favorite mountain biking YouTuber? Man, that's a tough question. Why are you putting me on the spot like that? Who have I been watching the most lately? Who have I been watching the most lately? I'm not going to say who my favorite is because I think all these guys are awesome. I've gotten to know a lot of them. My favorite lately, I think, would probably be BCPOV. He hasn't posted for a while, but he started posting his Japan trip, and I always loved his riding and filming style. I started my day out with a cup of coffee, and I would put on his video on the TV and I'd watch it because there was something just great about starting the day like that. So currently, my channel that I watch the most currently, not my favorite, BCPOV. Did I see his thingy thing today? I don't know how to answer that, buddy. I don't know if I want to see someone's thingy thing. Dave, thanks for hanging out, man. Glad you enjoyed it. Frame chromoly or regular steel? Oh, it really depends, man, because it's up to the frame maker of how it feels. But I would say chromoly. It's a little bit easier to maintain than steel. Both are good, though. BOP did a live stream of a ride? What? What wizardry is that? That's so cool. I'm going to have to check that out. All right, guys, we got one more minute. One more minute. Fit in a good one. Who's got a good one? Would I buy the root down again? That's a good one. Would I buy it again? Yeah. I mean, there's no perfect bike, dude. I would love to be able to say that, you know, it's perfect. There are things about it that I don't like, but I knew that. I actually bought it because it was different. How do you do that? I don't know. I don't know how I do that. Daily MTB Riders Live. Why don't you put your girlfriend on the channel more? Alex, it's because my girlfriend, she tells me exactly when she...
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Kristen. There you go. She's in the videos more. Kristen, basically, she is in the videos when she feels comfortable. I don't use her as a prop. She is a person, and when she likes to be in the videos, I put her in the videos. If she doesn't want to be in the videos, then I don't do that video. That's how relationships work. Why am I not drinking some whiskey? I am drinking whiskey. I'm just not actively drinking it. I will drink some more, though, when I put on Josh's video. My bike is perfect, not biased. Good answer, mate. Thomas, yes. My girlfriend puts up with a lot of my crap, so I like to make sure that I respect her as a person. The Hey You Road Gaps by Chase Culver is legit. Hook 'em horns. I will have to check that out, buddy. Okay, guys. Yeah. All right, everyone. I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for hanging out. It was a tight-knit group tonight because the notifications didn't go out, but I don't care because there were some awesome people on here. We got 90% of what I wanted done. Play the Yeti drinking game. What is the Yeti drinking game? I'll have to Google that because we don't have time. I'm already past my time. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Definitely go and check out Daily MTB Rider if you're not already a subscriber, because I'm going to go check it out. Thanks again, and until next time, get out there and find your next adventure. Have a good night.